The Ford government's More Homes Build Faster Act. Is it as simple and direct as the name suggests? Let's find out by digging into some of the details. Hello everyone, my name is Albert Nam. I am a real estate broker here in Toronto with the Namra Group. This is actually my first ever YouTube video, so please feel free to leave some positive comments in the section below and subscribe for more content to come. I will also leave my team's information in the description below if you would like to somehow personally connect. Okay, let's get on with it. Bill 23, also known as the More Homes Build Faster Act, seeks to amend statutes at different levels of government to remove the red tape that exists for building more attainable housing, specifically looking at duplex, triplex conversions, rental housing replacements, development charges, unlocking conservation areas, and removing third-party appeals. So what's not contentious about this act? We need more housing and we needed it freaking yesterday, so there's almost no debate about that. It's a much needed reform that has the potential to provide a real boost for Ontario's lacking housing supply. So what's been contended here is that this is a sweeping bill change that proposes to reduce the level of authority and influence at various levels of government and also at the community level. Because of the way it flows down, the trickle effect is real, and even if we gave ourselves years of debate on this subject, there will be unforeseen scenarios that we simply cannot account for. However, the commenting period for this bill was just around 30 days and closed for main legislative changes on November 24th. Let's take a look at some point and counterpoint to some of these changes. Proposal 1. On most residential lots zoned for a single home, this bill would allow up to 3 separate residential units to be created as of right without a zoning bylaw amendment. This means that for owners who want to create a separate unit, whether that be through the basement, second floor, laneway, or garden suite, the regular process of either going through the planning department or the committee of adjustments would now be eliminated. The city is notoriously slow when it comes to rezoning and minor variance applications, so speeding things up at this level actually seems like a really good idea. Now, it's not just for the fact that municipal services are just slow in general, but for anyone that's not experienced in this arena, it's really hard to navigate, and so the amount of revisions and resubmissions that they have to go through will make their timeline an easy 6 months, usually taking up to a year. The municipal government currently holds authority over this process to ensure conformity and uniformity of the properties that exist within their community. Now, this bill would give the province the authority to bypass this complete process. Now, while it seems important to really speed this process up, it might be just as important to maintain some semblance of control. It will be one thing if a house looks just a little bit out of place with the other ones on the street, but if it starts encroaching on neighboring property or any kind of public service or road, it might start creating safety concerns and other issues. Point 2. Rental replacements. Currently, when redevelopment displaces any more than 6 residential units, the developer of that project has to replace that rental stock one for one. This bill will give the minister the power to make their own regulations when it comes to the replacement of that rental housing. Builders have been wrestling with rising costs for a good part of a decade now, and rental replacement costs have played a contributing factor. But actually unrelated to the cost side of things, this bill may actually incentivize more builders to shift their focus from condos to purpose-built rentals, which may actually add to the supply over time. This, however, still potentially displaces a big pool of renters in the short term. As the bill reads currently, it does not make any specific provisions to account for that population, which could be in the thousands. Proposal number 3. As part of its plan to provide 50,000 new homes, the province has proposed to remove 7,400 acres from the Greenbelt Conservation Area, but somehow replace it with 9,400 new acres, for a net positive effect of 2,000 acres. For context, unlocking the Greenbelt area would mean more housing in suburban areas only. More housing means needing more land, and since there are complexities and NIMBYism that exists in already densely populated areas, we may actually need to unlock some new land. The Greenbelt, however, provides for vital resources that clean the air and water that we consume, and also reduces flood risks. So it would be important to have that preserved. It would also be very important to monitor the execution of such a plan that doesn't end up with just unusable and degraded green areas. Yet another argument is that we should be increasing urban densification for accounting for newcomers, as they will be flowing into the city for jobs and not to the suburbs. So there you have it, guys, a coverage of just a few of the points being proposed in the More Homes Built Faster Act. Now, while there are other changes being proposed, I think in the interest of time and attention spans, we'll keep it to this length. If you have your own comments, thoughts, or questions about this topic, I will leave a link for the official bill documents in the description below, so let us know your thoughts. I hope you liked our first video. Peace!